Right. I'm trying to set up this camera, so my apologies. Anyway, uh, this is my first video on my new YouTube channel. And let me tell you a little bit about where I am. I'm in the northeast part of Thailand in a town called Rayat, which is often referred to as a smallish town in the part of Thailand that we call Isan. It's about 400 miles northeast of Bangkok, and I've decided to start this channel after just arriving here from my previous home, which was in a town called Sattahip, which was about 25 miles south of the legendary resort of Pattaya. And I've been living here in Thailand now almost 30 years. So I thought it would be a good juncture, really, in my life to start this YouTube channel about living in Thailand. Now, I know a number of people will be curious, may well have dreams of living away from their own country. I originally come from the UK, was born in Surrey and lived there for the first 40 years of my life, apart from travel escapades, and more of that later. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this channel really as an information channel and to give my personal experiences and my knowledge about what it's like living here in Thailand. Now, I know a number of people will possibly be regular visitors to Thailand for their 2-week holiday, and they venture down to the resorts that are forever popular here. I'm referring to, of course, Phuket for the rich and famous, Pattaya for the male fraternity that generally likes to indulge in what we loosely call R&R. And then, of course, there's the islands, Koh Samui and Chiang Mai. Those are the 4 major locations. Now, I lived in Bangkok for some time. Maybe business people will be interested in Bangkok. I was there for 4 years. I might be able to comment a little bit about it, but I'm not an expert on it, that's for sure. With regard to Pattaya and Jomtien, I'm familiar with it, so I will be talking a little bit about that. And now this new venture into the Isan part of Thailand, and I'm about to hit my 70th year in about 3 weeks' time. What I will be covering on this channel, and basically I will be responding really to you, the viewers. So if you come up with anything that you particularly want to find out about or know about, you can put your requests in the comments and I will respond and hopefully be able to put on video some of the information that you require. But here I am going to cover the usual suspects. What's it like to live in Thailand? Accommodation, etc. And how much does that cost? General cost of living issues, like, for example, the cost of food, restaurants, the type of food, considerable amount of information, hopefully, about living here, the regulations imposed by the Thai government, for example, with regard to immigration and visas. I'll be covering that to an extent. And then all aspects of wanting to avoid the feeling of loneliness in old age. So clearly, we'll be covering the fairer sex, women and Thai women specifically. Anything you might want to know about that. And I will be stating my personal view on that. I am with a Thai woman, and I have been throughout my 30 years. Not the same one, though, but more about that at another time. And basically, other issues legally, like driving, ownership of property and cars. What do we do here? What facilities are there here now? Well, they're radically different now than what they used to be. Of course, the internet is worldwide, and I'll discuss a little bit about that, what's available, what you can expect to see, and how much that costs. All aspects, really, of life, but not in your own country, but in this country. For example, crime. For example, culture. What about physical activity? The climate, of course, is a very crucial aspect. And healthcare. I'll be touching on healthcare with some personal experience at 70 years of age. And of course, the issues about connected with all aspects, really, of life here. Now, as I said at the beginning, this is my introductory video. On video 2, I will do a brief potted history of how I got to get here, how I got here, so to speak, and what I've been doing for 30 years. And I will go through that. And I have been working, but not now. And I'll discuss a little bit about that. But basically, we're here in Royet. I'm sitting next to what was a waterway through the city. In Thai, they call them klongs. But now, with the advent of the motor car, the klongs have really fallen into disrepute, and the local government here hasn't really been taking care of it. But I'll whiz the camera around, and you can have a look at what we're talking about. This is a klong. Now, about 30 years ago, this would be a busy waterway carrying local people to and from their daily work, and they would travel on long-tail boats, and there would be various points, I guess, to get off and walk the rest of the way. And you will also, if you visited Bangkok, you will have seen a similar sort of network which has been run down. But there are still some boats in Bangkok that offer limited transportation. But it's certainly, I think, unfortunately, here in Bangkok, they're probably regretting it, because traveling through the klongs is extremely efficient and takes next to no time. And if you want to get out onto the roads, of course, Bangkok has got the reputation for one of the most notorious traffic jams in the world. So anyway, there's the klong. You will see opposite, there's a sort of place where second-hand bits and bobs are dropped off. The person across there is probably very poor and goes around the streets collecting bric-a-brac and basically tries to find a new owner for them. These are popular in most places in Thailand. We had a number of them in my previous home in Sattahip. If I go round, you can see up there, there's a bridge, and you will probably see some cars. It's about 8:15 in the morning, 8:15, and these motorcycles and cars are rushing off to work. These ones are the late ones, of course, because most work in government buildings, in companies, start around 8 o'clock, and this is them hurrying to work late. So I'm here, apart from doing this video, I'm doing this video because I use this stretch for exercise, usually daily. I do about 30 minutes to 45 minutes exercise. Of course, early in the morning, it's essential. It gets far too hot after about 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning to do this, particularly when you're 69 years of age. And in this particular town, there are a number of locations where walking is easily accessible. The other big thing about here, in comparison to where I was previously, is there's very few dogs. The government here have a pound, government pound, where they have collected up all the dogs off the street, and they sort of fund a sort of refuge for dogs, which is not far from where I live. And when I walk past, of course, I get that generous sort of round of barking to tell me not to get too close to the barbed wire fence. So I was quite pleased when I came, because walking can be a bit of a problem here with dogs, not just here but anywhere. But here we're virtually free of dogs. So that's about it for my opening video. I'm going to continue on my walk now, and I'm going to get this video loaded up. As I say, the second video, I'm probably going to talk about my 30-year journey and try and describe as briefly as possible what has happened in my life from 1993 to the present day, with a bit of background as to what happened before 1993, which led me to want to basically emigrate from my country at birth. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this basic intro. Of course, sub the channel, notifications, get those comments in, and we can get this channel up and running. Thanks a lot.